Hi guys, this is Dan at Trojan Art Painting. I'm going to do this studio update today to show you the miniatures I've been working on pretty much since the beginning of the year, so like the last 3.5 weeks. A few things for clients I'm about to mail out, some things I have on eBay and some things I sold on eBay that I'm about to mail out, and some things still in progress, and as well as some figures I painted for myself. So just want to show y'all what I've been up to. Well, you can see my painting area is a absolute rat's nest. I really try to clean it up between projects, like I'm sure a lot of folks do, but yeah, that doesn't always happen. Plus, right now I'm doing an OCD type of thing where I got a bunch of stuff going at once. I'm switching back and forth between things, so yeah, it's looking pretty bad right now. So, but it's an indication of that I've been busy, so I don't know if it's so bad after all. My wife comes in here and she just turns around and walks out, just shakes her head and says she doesn't know how I can find anything. But hey, I know exactly where everything's at, man. It's a problem. Okay, the first thing I got here, I got some Killa Kans that I sold on eBay. I kept the bases pretty simple because I know, a lot of guys might want to match the base up to their own bases, or if they don't, I still want to have a base that they could use. So it's kind of kind of tricky sometimes to put something on there they can change or play with either way. So I just went with straight beach sand on this one and a flat surface. And what I did to paint them, I just primed them black, then dry brushed it white, and then just put a layer of the Agrax Earth Shade and Nuln Oil, and then Rokkit Flesh Shade on there in 3 coats, and then painted it, and then went back over the engine parts with the Nuln Oil again, and then the brass with the Rokkit Flesh Shade, and then the silver parts and stuff with Agrax Earth Shade, and overlapped them a little bit, but that's basically it. And then just painted up, picked out a few things to highlight, like the hoses and the weapons, and the missiles and things like that. Okay, so that's the first little guy. Okay. And let's see. I made a set of 3 of them, so here's the second one. First one had missile launchers. This one's just got a whatever that machine gun is on it. I don't know what the heck it's called. Anyway, it's the same approach to him. Nothing fancy. Just did the different washes, and then just picked out a few things. And then the third guy, this little fella here, same way. And then I did a Deff Dread. To match them. So there's that ugly little fella. Then I did Bragg the Gutsman for the Ogre Kingdoms fellas. Didn't put any tattoos on him, which is, I always put tattoos on the ogres. I don't know why I didn't on this guy. I just felt, I don't know. He had a lot of scars and stuff, and I kind of wanted to highlight his scars. So I figured that was enough. Then I did one more Ogre Kingdoms guy, and just put him on eBay. Standard bearer, painted the typical Great Maw symbol, and his little lookout dude up on top with the butcher knife. And use some of the knocked field grass, which is a little longer than regular static grass, on the base. Did give him a tattoo. Like that metal plate on his head too. Tough guy. I have another standard bearer in progress. This is that Golgfag Maneater character guy that I just converted. I cut his when I put his head on, I made right here, I just added a neck so his head would be turned out of green stuff, and it's a fine cast model, of course. And I hadn't got too far on him, so he's still in progress. Working on his this is the back piece. I just put it up on top and put his little lookout there. Then I just put a couple strips of, like, I don't know, dragon or lizard skin hanging down. I want to make it a little fancier, since I'm making it as a battle standard instead of just a regular standard. So I'll post him again when he's done, but just wanted to show y'all some works in progress. Working on a bunch of Bretonnian Knights too. This is just the first step. Kind of want to put him in some different poses. So this is kind of running with his back feet off the ground. This one's just kind of prancing. I'm gonna put him on a couple rocks. Then it's prime black and dry brushed white to make the details stand out. And now here's one that I've started working on. Doing some kind of detailed work on the cloth there. A bunch of little scrolly patterns to fancy up the cloth a little bit. And then I'll just paint his armor just regular silver. It's not going to be anything fancy other than the scrolly part. So anyway, that's how he's coming along. Got these guys are going to be in line somewhere. These three Dust Tactics guys. So I had never painted them before. I'm going to paint them in the camouflage pattern. Now for some things I've painted for my own game. I mentioned it before. We have our own Napoleonic rules that we play. Well, Napoleonic style rules. Don't like having to paint a specific uniform, so we just paint whatever we want, and for our game, and kind of put it in Italy, kind of post-Napoleonic type of thing. But anyway, you can call it dress to kill. Here's you might remember this if you watch my other videos. This is the I had it on my how to 12 different ways to prime miniatures video. And this is Bavarian foot battery, and then the gun here is a flintlock ferric artillery piece. Then I painted up. I have a grand battery or an artillery train in my army, so I didn't have a commander for them yet. So I painted up these two fellas. Well, this is my artillery commander, and it's not his ADC. It's just actually a trumpeter. This is a foundry French general, and then this is a foundry British horse artillery trumpeter that's standing there on his base with him. Then put a couple cannonballs that kind of came pretty, kind of close and rolled to a stop right in front of them there. Thought that was appropriate for an artillery officer. Trumpeters will always, of course, be on gray horses and with reversed colors on their uniforms, so we stick to that historical concept in our game. We also keep track of ammunition use, so we use these flintlock caissons as artillery wagons, and these are just minifigs, horses, and a minifig's French artillery train driver. So nothing fancy about that. It was easy enough to paint. Then I finished 2 regiments of infantry. I had this 1 battalion already done. These are minifigs Württembergers. Y'all might remember these from my I used them to show in my how to make movement trays, the second movement tray video. I showed these, and we just added these labels on the back. So it's the 2nd Battalion, 7th Light Infantry, and then the 7 is what the value of the unit. Okay, so there's, and each regiment has 2 battalions. So the reason I'm showing these again, because I finished the 1st battalion here. The 1st battalion always has the flag. Okay, so then I also finished a regiment of Fusiliers that had to have painted for about 2 years. I didn't like the color scheme that I painted them in, and so I was just loath to ever get back to them. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that as well. I went with this kind of aquamarine trim, and I don't know, I just didn't like it. But I went ahead and finally just sat down and said, man, I need more infantry, so I just knocked them out. And you can see it's the 2nd Battalion, 5th Royal Fusiliers, 4 points. These are Old Glory 2nd edition figures, which you can't even compare to the Old Glory 1st edition, original Old Glory. The 2nd edition figures are as good as any figures in my opinion for Napoleonics that are out there. The same with the I covered the American Civil War figures in my last video the same way. I mean, they're nice and they're inexpensive. So there's two battalions of those guys, and my guys are Northern Italy, so I paint them up with the flag of the House of Savoy. Oh, the regiments have colonels too. I didn't show you the colonels. This is the colonel of the Württemberg light infantry, and this is the colonel of the 5th Fusiliers. The Württemberg guy was minifigs, and he matches up with his minifigs regiment. This guy is heck, I don't remember what he is. I think he might be a Perry. So there's the colonel of them guys. The next figure I'm going to paint up that's in line. Well, the next figures that's in line for my Dress to Kill army is this foundry French heavy cavalry general. He's got a cuirass on. He's kind of pointy. He's a really cool figure. Then a foundry Empress Dragoon that's on the base with him. There. And then I got a couple that are in progress as well. These are foundry French Cuirassiers regiment. All I've done so far is the base coats of the horses, as you can see. And then I have a minifigs French Guard Lancers I'm going to use for my Guard Lancers. These guys that are... I finished up the trumpeter and one guy completely just so I could see which color schemes I want to use. And then the other guys are coming along. Again, the trumpeter on a gray horse. Here's the back rank. Then the last thing that's in my line right now is this guy that again, one of the figures I showed on the priming video for the Ogre Kingdoms. Okay, well, you're all caught up, so I guess that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Keep painting, keep your positive attitudes. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.